Hi guys, back at this again. So hopefully you already watched the other two videos prior, and it's some good information. It's something that that is helpful for you. Remember, as of August 1st, all of these is going to be mandatory by New Direction Realty. Okay? So you need to create a loop for your client. For every client that you have to insert in here all the listing forms, the GSMLS form, the MLS forms, GSMLS, NGMLS, whatever that you have, signed by and dated by your client, and you upload it in here. Okay? When you're going to make an offer, you're going to create a loop with the address of the property, not with client names, not with MLS number, please, guys. All right? That's very important. All right? So now we're going to talk about, and the reason we are here right now, we're going to talk about the exclusive buyer's agreement. Okay? So we go to your client, okay? And you're going to add a document in here. There you go to templates. Go to here, and you're going to search for buyer's inspection. Where it's exclusive, let's see. Exclusive buyer's agreement form, New Jersey. Okay? Remember, guys, this is for buyers. If you have a tenant, it's here. You have to do the same thing on going forward. So right now, even with tenants, we just keep going. But as the future goes, we're going to need it. So this one, as you can see in here, I don't know. Yes, you can see there. Was updated on August 15, 19. So I'm pretty sure they're going to update to new one. Like this one is May 1st, 24. So far, that is the most recent that we have. I don't know if till August, if they're going to change a few things or not. But for now, that's the one you're going to use. So you're going to copy this one to your client's file. So remember, this form needs to be signed. Where's the form? Oh, it's right here. This form needs to be signed prior. And it's very important that you understand that, because we've been, as realtors, and honestly, every single one of us, we've been playing with the CIS. We know that CIS needs to be signed before, when we start the first conversation with the client about real estate. This one, we cannot play around. It's very important. It's going to be, it's very serious what's going on in here right now. We need to be focused on these and make sure you understand it, and make sure that every single one of you will pay attention to it, which is the exclusive buyer agency agreement. So let's do it. Let's go over. So again, buyer, say Pedro Mota, buying agent, it can be Pedro Mota also. Yeah, it can. Let's see what happens. Commission split on a buying side. We don't going to put this in here unless, because we're going to do this in here, but most of the times you may gonna do this form, sit down with your client, have the form print, and fill it up these by hand with him as you explain to him, as you negotiate commissions. So right now, I'm going to show you this in here online, but make sure that if you do this online, guys, do me a favor, don't fill it up and send to a client and sign in here. You need to explain this document to your client. It's very, very, very important, because it's a legal document. This is going to become a legal document as being signed by your client, as signed by you. So it's very important that everybody understand it. Do me a favor. Read this document. Understand this document. Go and explain to your clients what happened, what's the best for them, what it is. So I just want, right now, I don't want to bother with all of these. We may going to do a more extensive training about this document, but today I just going to speed it up a little bit. So basically, as you see in here, you have a few buyers that you can put it in here. Sorry. Remember, broker's firm. I saw some are already that with the agent's name. That's not the agent's name. It's New Direction. Oh my God. Okay. New Direction Realty. Okay. Now, very important. Where is your client looking for houses? He's looking in Union. He's looking in Newark. He's looking in all over the place sometimes, right? So just make sure that you're going to put the city, the county, whatever it is. Okay? So let's say that your client is looking in Union and Essex County. Okay? Now, you sign this form saying that your client is just looking in Union and Essex County. You can't find anything. Now, they find something in Edison, which is Middlesex County, and your agreement is just for Union and Essex County. Make sure you sign an addendum, a new contract with them, with the new county, all right? With the new city. Because if you're going to show them a property in Edison, and they end up to like the house, and they go and talk to the listing agent, and the listing agent say, yeah, you have any form with your other client? Yeah, I have for Union and Essex. Okay, so for Middlesex, let's sign in here. I'm going to represent you in Middlesex. Let's put an offer. You have nothing. Okay, so very important that you understand your client, that you explain that your client that you do the best for them, and so we expect some respect. If they saw some houses that they want to see outside of these areas that you first put in a contract, just create an amendment, create a new contract with them. That's no problem. You can do it. All right? But you should do it. Okay? So very important. Now, another one of the better questions that you can ask is this. So if you just met the client, did you have a business relationship with another broker? Yes or no? Hopefully they say no, right? Yes or no? Ask him to be honest. It's very important. Okay? So if no, perfect. You're going to say no. Okay? So now, that's our relationship between you and me. And I'm going to represent you as a buyer's agent only or a dual. Understand, explain to them what's dual mean and buyers mean. So you, right now in this case, I show you on I think the first video, the house that Sylvia just put on the market. So you explain to the client, for example, one of my co-workers just put a house on the market. If that house fits all your criteria, if I'm a buyer agent only, I cannot show you that house. Neither nobody on my office can show you that house. So buyer's agent, disclosure dual agent, meaning that if we have a house in New Direction Realty, I can represent you also, even though that we are the same office. Are you okay with that? Say yes, you click in there. Now, very important, and I mentioned that, I think, on the last video. This agreement should commence on, so if you are talking today, you're going to start today. And we're going to be acquire a property for the Section 1, so Middlesex, Essex County and Union County, and you're going to finish on the... So how many days is this contract for? The same when you do the listing, you're going to put them 3 months, 6 months, a day, one property. Okay? So you're going to put the exact date or 60 days. Okay? You can put the exact date, so till September, the 9th day of September or whatever, or just put the number of days, 60 days, 90 days, 120 days, whatever how many days this document is valid for. Okay? Now, compensation from the buyer. Remember, guys, right now, and that's all of this document about, is that you have to have a compensation set up with the buyer. Doesn't mean that you cannot be paid by the seller if the seller offer commission. The only thing that's going to happen after August 17, you don't know. When you look at the MLS, you don't know which... my face disappeared from here again. I think some of you are trick me out and take my face from here, right? You don't like me. Back in here. So you have to understand, and your client has to understand, that initial, and that's the buyer's going to pay commission. Some sellers pay commission. Good. It isn't going to show on a listing. You're going to show the listing. Before you show the listing, you should call the listing agent and ask if their clients pay commission or not, and go from there. So one thing, if the sellers pay commission, you cannot get commission from seller and from buyer. All right? Now, we go over a little bit in there. Retainer fee. We, at New Direction Realty, do not going to use retainer fee from now. Okay, so we're going to put no retainer fee. On a future, who knows, right? May things change. Maybe the buyers start to get too tricky on us, and you may have to do it. But for now, as New Direction Realty, we don't do retainer fee. So guys, do not get creative on a buyback because we don't do it. Okay? Now, broker's commission. That's what you're going to do, definitely. You can do a percentage. You talk to them. Listen, I'm your buying agent. I'm going to do everything I can for you. I'm going to help you with find the property. I'm going to help you with the inspections. I'm going to help you get paperwork. I'm going to help you negotiate all the best for you. But my commission is 4%, 3%, wherever you and your client come to agreement. So let's put 3%. Okay? Now let's go back into 2%. See, my face is just disappear. Or you also can put a flat fee. If there's instead of a percentage, you cannot put both, guys. You cannot have a percentage and a flat fee. But instead of a percentage, you can put a flat fee. You can say you're going to pay me $10,000. You're going to pay me $15,000, $20,000, whatever. Or you can pay me with chickens, rabbits. No, we don't have order. It will be either a flat fee or a percentage of the closing price, the purchase price. Okay. Now, you should explain your client that you're going to do all of this for them, and you need them to understand you and to be respectful for you because you're going to work for them. So, if this client expires, you have 15 days, 10 days, 30 days after expiration. I will recommend probably 15 days, 10 to 15 days, no more than that. After expire, or cancel for any party. All right? Now, it's very important, and that's the reason that I be asking you guys and tell you to get the copy of the MLS, have the client sign because of this. So, if your contract with their client expire, and if you cancel or if the client cancel, it's expiration. So it's just not the full 120 days, it's not the full 90 days, it's just expired previous. So remember, any one of you can cancel this contract with 3 days notice. But now, very important, and that's to save you. So you've been showing houses to this client, and the agreement finished, so it's a termination of the agreement. You have 10 days to send all of the properties, the copy that you show to your client. So I'm going to say to send an email to your client with all the properties that you're showing during the term that this contract was in force. So if it's in force for 5 days, he's showing 10 houses, you have 10 days to send them. So that's why I keep saying and keep telling, I keep asking you, I keep demand for you to have this piece of paper. So let's say the contract finished today, you show that client 20 houses, you have 10 days to put together the list of the houses. You create an email, you put the home address and everything, and you attach the copy of all the list of the MLS forms that's signed by your client. So he cannot say he didn't see it with you. So if he, in the middle time during these 15 days, he's going to see any of those houses with another agent, and they actually buy it, he's responsible for paying you commission. So here is the reason that I'm being very, very particular with make sure that you guys do your job. All right? Being a realtor is not complicated, but it's work. And don't be lazy. Do your job, do the things you have to do, and protect yourself. Because you are here to make money, you are here to make a living, and the only thing it happened, the only way you make money if you close. So for you to close, you have to show properties, and you have to make an offer. You have to finish that contract, you have to close. If the client, on the middle of the showings, disappear, you go to another agent. If they close with another agent, if you not have proof that you're the one who present that property to them, you're not entitled to. So you've been working with that client for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. Show them a ton of properties, and they're going to buy the same properties that you show with somebody else. Not fair, but you need to do your due diligences. You need to be prepared. All right? Okay, so I want you to read these. I told you we're going to do one very extensive about this today. I just want to go on a few points in here. So, compensation from seller. The buyer may be, the seller may pay commission. Now, and again, it may be somewhere in here. I just want to keep mentioning to you. So remember, back here, we make it 2%, right? So you're going to work at 2% with your client. Let's say that the seller are paying and the seller is paying 3%. You cannot get paid more than 2%, which was your contract with your buyer. Even if the seller offered 3%, the seller is going to pay 2% to you. All right? Again, we go over these later on. I just want to make sure that you guys understand the reason that I want you, and that's the most important for me, guys, is you to get used to it, to create your client's files, and to make sure that you have that form signed by your client. This form signed by your client, make sure that you have all the MLSs the properties that you show with your clients and upload, so you can actually create a proof. So buyer's duty, that's the duty that the buyer has to you. Dual agency, you gotta know all of these. You're gonna read it and you explain these. It's gonna be tough because right now it's just most of you, and I'm a realtor. I was a realtor. I'm a broker. I know a few things here and there. I don't know all, but I know a few things. And I know most of you is just say, sign in here. Right? You can't right now. Guys, it's very important. It's because that sign in here that all of this is happening right now. And I'm not saying it's your fault. It's the way people let go. People let go and start to get things easy and easy and easier. Okay, so the termination, breach of contracts. So all of these in here, entire agreement, guys, just have these signed, saved it, right? So, again, you can go ahead and print it, have a few of these papers with you. If you're going to meet with a buyer, just go over every single thing, make sure they understand it, make sure they sign it, make sure that you upload it in here, all right? So, from now in here, we done. Again, I will gonna create another video, very, very more detailed, very, very more extensive on this subject, on the exclusive buyer's agency agreement. I'm just trying to see if they have a few things more different coming up. But as of now, August, I keep saying 17. I may be wrong, but it's around that area. The MLS is going to stop showing commissions. And as of that date, you're going to mandate to have this agreement before you show us. As new Direction Realty, we will start August 1st. So you have 1 month to get used to it. You have 1 month to put your things together and start doing it. That's the only way you can improve. That's the only way we can make business, and that's our rule. So make sure, guys, that you understand it. If you have any questions, come to me. No problem, okay? So in here we're done. Now, on this sequence of videos, I was saying this is the last one, but now I'm gonna put another one for you. What to do before you get paid? Okay? So just stay tuned. Pay attention for the next video. And because it's going to be very important, all the documents that we need on property before you close. All right? So, see you guys on the next one.